welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Yeah, we had our big meeting today. Man, it was amazing, and I'm taking loads of stuff back to the house because it takes a few loads, and it's just the way it is. We want to get a cargo trailer to pull all this stuff in one load, and we've had some donation money come in and it's set aside, but we haven't been able to have the funds to make it all happen. So anyways, that's why people ask, why are you going back and forth with these loads? That's why. Very good day. I don't usually do a whole lot of talking. I know you guys probably, the ones of you that's never been, you probably think, man, what is it, just like watching another YouTube video? No, I do my best to have other people be the speaker. I open the meeting, talk about things going on, and then I turn it over to the people that talk. But this time was different. I spoke for about an hour, really trying to hit hard on how bad, how much we need to be taking our own property security and defense seriously. Had a few people afterwards tell me, say, man, you kind of really let loose and hit people kind of hard with how bad it could be. I said, yeah, it could be. I mean, it may not, but it has every possibility of being probably much worse than what most people can imagine, based on what we've seen happen at other times throughout history, in recent history. And so we have to be prepared for that. It's way, way better to be over-prepared than under-prepared. We did have a YouTube celebrity today. I'm not going to mention his name because I didn't get permission. I know he came just to kind of enjoy himself, relax, just not come there as a big YouTube personality, but a much, much larger prepping, homesteading channel than mine. Much, much larger. Showed up. Really good guy. He enjoyed it. Everybody that knew him, which was a lot, enjoyed having. He didn't speak, but he was just there, and that was a very fun treat. And then it was a packed house. Once again, a packed house. I don't do a whole lot of promoting this. If you come, you get to know when it's going to be the next time. Sometimes I mention it once or twice in a video, very briefly, and that's it. And so it's really building on its own energy. It's not me with the YouTube channel constantly pushing this. The vast majority of people that come are regular people that just attend every month, and they're bringing their neighbors and their friends and family. People are showing up that have no clue who I am, never watched one of my videos, but they've heard about what we're doing. Anyways, I know some of you get tired of hearing that. It's exciting. It's fun. It's an absolute blessing to see what's happening, and I believe it's not just prepared-minded people that's coming together because things are getting bad. I firmly believe in my heart it's God moving his people together, drawing in the remnant, because the stories, the testimonies that I hear from these people of how they got to where they're at, why they're living where they're at, why they're thinking the way that they think, it's not just a coincidence. Anyways, I thought about just kind of briefly talking about to you what I talked about to the folks at the meeting. I was going to record it, and I have to do it through my laptop so that I can bring the building sound system in so you don't get all the background noise, and my computer's kind of not working, so I couldn't record it. But need to be taking this seriously. I know so many people, they enjoy the lifestyle of homesteading, the gardening, the animals, the all that kind of stuff. And maybe you're not out in the country, but I think the general rule is the same. And you're prepping, you're stocking up food, you know that things could get really tough, really hard, really quick. But I don't think a lot of people do a lot of thinking about how they're going to protect and defend their home from bad people. We have seen in the last few years, 3 years, 2, 3, 4 years, we've seen all across this country crime rates explode. Some of these cities report 2, 3, 400% crime increase year over year. I mean, this is insane. It's absolutely insane. And it's not just happening in the big cities and the downtown urban areas. It's happening more and more in medium and smaller size cities. It's happening in the middle of the United States and your conservative little towns. We're seeing groups like Antifa and others get more and more into this, conservative mom and pop type towns, not just the Seattles and Portlands. And that's just only one factor of the potential danger. As the world gets worse, as our money becomes less valuable, as it's harder to buy the things that you need to just stay alive, it's going to get harder on people. And they're going to turn to doing bad things. Not everyone. A lot of people will come together, and we will most likely see some really beautiful things happen where people they come together and to help each other out. But you're going to see bad things also. The Bible tells us about that, where their love wax cold and they'll be against each other. We're already seeing that. And we have to be prepared for that. And a lot of times when it comes to defending your home, it's not about taking your final stand. It's about preparing to make a very quick evac out the door. Because no matter how good you think you are, and some of you may be really good. I mean, you may have been like, I'm a former SEAL Team 6. I'm this, I kick doors for a living with the Army Rangers and Delta Force and all this kind of stuff. Maybe you're a keyboard Delta Forcer, I don't know. But no matter how good you are, how much training you have, no matter how much cool equipment you have to defend your home, you're one person, maybe two if your wife, or whatever, your child, oldest child, who knows. The fact is that you have a very small numbers, usually singular, and there's no backup. If you go down, it's not like they're pulling another guy in to replace you. You're down, it's done. You can't protect your family any longer. And whatever you were protecting your family from because you've gone down, now they can do whatever they want to you and your family. And so standing your ground is sometimes the worst thing you could do. In fact, it's a lot better to make a quick, leave out the back than rendezvous with the rest of the people in your group, your neighbors, and then come back and retake your property. And do it at a distance that's safe to you on terms that you have decided. Not in the middle of the night as they're coming up your driveway. We talked about how important it is to not have that fight at your front door. If your plan is to stand in your front door on your porch and defend your home, well, you've already failed in your plan. Your plan should be to do everything possible to keep that fight from getting that far. If it's a fight coming to you, do it as far away from your home as possible before it even gets there. That's the ideal situation. There's things that you can do, whether they be alert dogs that bark, sensors, motion sensors, cameras, things like that you can get on your property that are relatively cheap nowadays, and they can help alert you to what's going on. There's other animals you can get also. Some people like guinea hens. Man, those things are obnoxious as can be. And they'll alert you during the daytime as to something coming up, but at night, not so much. But certain dogs do a real good job of that. That gives you some time. You have a plan whether to get out or whether to get out and move to a safe position so that you can defend your home. They're seeing a lot of, right now, or at least when I say now, I mean in the last few years, we're seeing a lot of these home invasions go from 1, 2, and 3 people to 15, 20, 30 people. Again, no matter how good you are, can you take on 15, 20, 30 people kicking your door down all at once, armed, shooting at you? Not likely. It's not a TV show. It's not a movie. It's not a video game, folks. And the stuff that the bad people already are doing is pretty bad. And I suspect it will only get worse. And I say that because I'm a student of history. Look at what happened in Eastern Europe when communism fell, when the Soviet Union collapsed. it went pretty crazy over there. And horrific crimes were done. It was absolutely horrible, the stuff that happened. Research what happened in Venezuela just when their currency hyperinflated. That's all that happened. They still had government. Their currency hyperinflated. And there's some pretty big atrocities that happened to people down there. And in other places like that. So don't think that humans won't go that far, won't do that. They will. Some will. Some are just waiting for the day so that they can do that. And you got to be prepared. You got to be ready to make your move. And you need to be thinking about that. You need to be thinking about how you're going to get out, where you're going to go to on your property. Do you have a resupply hidden on your property so that you can go to that resupply? I mean, what if they come in the middle of the night when there's 6 inches of snow on the ground and you and your kids, you don't even have enough time to put a coat and shoes on? Maybe you should have some shoes and a coat stashed out in the woods, some ammunition, some blankets, rain gear, whatever it is, so that if that happens, you can run to it, get what you need, and get to a neighbor's house. I think a lot of people glorify this part of it. It sounds fun and it sounds cool, and they think that because we're conservatives, we know how to handle ourselves, that the people opposing us won't, and that's not true. And no matter how good and tough you are, a complete idiot that gets lucky with one 9mm round can take you out. It doesn't have to be someone highly trained. So I want you folks this week to be thinking about this. I want you to be thinking about your plan to defend your home, your plan to evacuate out of your home, your plan to regroup with others and to go back and retake your home. Think about this kind of stuff. Start the conversation in your home, and then start it within your group, and how as a group that you can all come to each other's aid and defend yourself if these things happen. Folks, it's a possibility, and it's not something you want to take any chances on of not doing. It's time to get your houses in order. Prepare mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.